Okay, good morning from Da Nang, Vietnam. JJ the Lonely Bull in Asia, and doing a live stream on this beautiful Saturday morning. The weather is perfect. Sky is blue. There's a little bit of clouds, but I think we're finally out of the majority of the rainy season here, and the temperatures are going to pick up a little bit. They're going to get into the low 80s now, so it'll warm up a little bit, and we won't see nearly as much cloudy, cool, rainy days as we have since I came here in December. So just before I leave, it gets nice, but that's the way it goes. So let me know if you can hear me and see me okay, and then we can get started in a little bit. I think today we're going to do a Q&A. I've been getting a lot of emails and questions about specific things that deal with either Thailand, Vietnam, or the Philippines, specifically Da Nang, Bangkok, and PGC in Manila. So I thought I would use this time with this live stream to go through some of these emails and answer some of these questions. And then for the chat, if you have any questions you want to throw out there, feel free to do that, and I'll try to answer those as best I can. I'm not an expert by any means. I don't claim to be, but I just can share what my experiences are with everything. And I have a horrible feeling there's this guy with a big old, like a Harley or something. He just parked outside here. And if he starts that up, it's going to be very noisy. So we'll see. Hopefully he'll go in and have breakfast or something because it's really noisy and it's going to really disrupt this whole live stream if he does that. So hopefully he'll not start it up. But anyway, let me know if you can hear me and see me okay, and then we'll get started here in just a second. Um, so here's here's my itinerary. So I'm still in Da Nang, Vietnam. I'll be here until Tuesday, and then I'm leaving Tuesday evening. I'm leaving, flying into Ho Chi Minh City. I have a change of planes in Ho Chi Minh, and then I'll fly into Manila, and I get into Manila about 5 a.m. Wednesday morning. As luck would have it, I was looking at I had an Airbnb set up for a couple of days, and I was planning on going to Makati and looking at a short-term rental there that was fairly cheap. But as luck would have it, I reached out to my old condo owner where I lived before I moved out of BGC to Bangkok, and I just asked her if she had anything available, and she responded and said, "Well, you must be meant for this condo because it just became available." So I'm going to move back to my old place for 3 months while I stay there and get my passport renewed. So that so that worked out pretty well, and she's going to do she's going to give me a really big discount on it for those 3 months, and then if I decide I want to stay longer, then we can do it more long term. But so I got a place to go right when I get there. So when I get in at 5 a.m., I'll check out of the airport, get a grab, head to BGC, and I'll have a place to go. So that worked out pretty good. So I'm pretty happy about all that. Um, let's see. Let's go. Let's get started with the Q&A. The first one I got is from a guy named Jeffrey, and he's single. He's 60 years old in good health, and will be retiring in a couple of years. His question was, can you recommend some good condos away from the hustle and bustle and crazy life of Bangkok? So, because he said he used to frequent Thailand and the Philippines 10 years ago in his younger days, and he's very comfortable with the heat and humidity. Um, so he's looking at maybe moving to Bangkok. So here's where I looked at. So when I was looking at apartments and condos in Thailand, I used three different sites. I used well, you can go on Facebook Marketplace and you can look for rentals in any of the cities you pick. It doesn't matter, and that's kind of a hit and miss though because really what happens there is a lot of times they'll post something and it's old, and you'll inquire about it, and maybe they won't respond to your inquiry, or maybe they'll respond and say it's been rented, but they do a little bait and switch on you, and they replace it with another condo that might not be as nice or might be more expensive. So it's kind of hit and miss working with Marketplace, but I've used that before, and I've had sporadic success, so to speak, with using that. But the three websites I use, or the three places I use, is DD Property. That's the letter D, property, two D's and property. And I use Fazwaz, which is FAZWAZ, and I use Dot Property. And I use those three mainly for Thailand. For the Philippines, I've used RentPad. And then if you're specific to BGC, they've got a site called BGC Rent, so you can use that. And then in Vietnam here, I've used Dot Property and I've used Fazwaz. So, and then of course, like I said, you can try your luck on Facebook Marketplace. But those are the main sites I've used when I'm looking for rentals, either short-term or long-term. And some of those you can really filter out and get real specific on what you're looking for. You can go real short-term. I think with RentPad maybe, or DD Property, you can just focus on short-term. If you want to do something, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, something under a year, you can really filter in those things. So those are the sites I use. So I hope that answers your question, Jeffrey. Of course, with these emails, I try to answer all the emails. So I do a pretty good job answering those emails. So let's work on up to, let's see, I got an email from Forrest. And Forrest, let's see, Forrest said he's newly retired, divorced, American, 66, and he's making plans to visit Thailand in the fall of 2025. So that's coming up 6 months. So it's right around the corner, really, when you think about it. Since all of the experienced YouTubers advise someone to visit more than one place before deciding on planting themselves, I'm going to work my way over there somewhere near the end of my route. His question is, let's see, your report and others like it are really motivating me to head that way. I've been looking at traveling videos for months now, and after watching your recent video, I find that I can identify with you more than most of the tubers. Your setup is really close to what I'm envisioning, so I'm here to get your feedback, any advice if I may. So he says your condo's 20 minutes away from central Bangkok, near the rail line, which is ideal. I like everything that I saw in your video. So if I can get information about that, as well as any or all pertinent information, then that is my intent. So basically, he's looking at condo location in Bangkok. So my condo is on the south end of the green line, the BTS green line, which is the Sukhumvit line. So if you bring up a map of Bangkok and you find the Sukhumvit road, you can follow that green line. It kind of goes, let's see, I'm trying to turn it around here. It kind of starts up on the northwest part of Bangkok, and then it kind of slides around and goes south through the central part of Bangkok, which would be Nana, Asok, Pampong, Tonglo, those stops. And then it keeps on going south, like through Ekamai, Anut, and my stop is at Samrong. So it's Samrong stop, which is the one just south of Bering. So if you're familiar with that map, if you bring up a map, you can find that. So I get off on the Samrong stop, which is about a 30-minute ride on the trains to get to Prampong or Asok, which is the central part of Bangkok, where Terminal 21 is, those areas. So you get off the Samrong, and it connects with the yellow line, the MRT yellow line, which is the above ground monorail. Most of the MRT is subway. This is one of the newer monorails. So I get on that. It's just a 3 minute walk from one station to the other. It's all covered, so you don't have to worry about the weather. And then I get on the train there, and I take one stop east to, I think, yeah, east. I take one stop east, and that's my stop. And my condo is right at the stop there. So I have a 3 minute walk, all covered, to my condo. So it's real convenient. And like I said, it's about a 30, depending on how long you wait for the train, because sometimes the trains, depending on the time of day or the day of the week, the trains run more or less frequent. So depending on how long you wait for the train, if you catch them at a good pace, you can get to Pompong or Asok from my place in about 30 minutes. So that's not bad. And it'll cost you about 60 baht, which is about $1.80 one way. So not a bad, not a bad deal, right? Um, so that's where my area is. It's nice and convenient. It's quiet. Uh, it's um, it's away from all the traffic. It's away from a lot of the city pollution, so you don't get a lot of the pollution unless you get that burning season coming down from the north. Um, but at the same time, there's not a lot there. I've got a small C store, a small grocery store nearby. I go across the street. There's a couple of 7-Elevens, and then there's street vendors around the area too, so I can get street food if I want. But as far as bars and clubs and um, you know, really nice restaurants. There's not a lot of that there, but I moved there for a reason. I didn't want to be tempted if I was living in the Asok area or even Pompong or Tonglo. I would be tempted to hop out of my apartment or my condo every day and go eat out or go grab a drink or something like that. And I didn't want to have that temptation. So I purposely wanted to get away from all of that. So it would be more of an ordeal, so to speak, to travel to get to those places. So I wouldn't go so often. I would only go once or maybe twice a week. So that's been good for me. But when my lease is up in October, I may change locations. I don't know yet. Um, anyway, there's also, if you go north on Sukhumvit, if you get past Nana going north, there's some really nice areas there as well. So I would tell you to go check those things out too. Um, let's go check some of the chat here. So Gary says, hi JJ, I have a question. Say I'm flying from LAX and have a stopover in Singapore on my way to Vietnam. Do I have to have a visa for Singapore too? I don't think so, because I did that one time and I had like a pretty extensive stay over. So I was actually there like full day, overnight, and part of the next day. So I actually got out and checked out Singapore, and it was pretty cool. But that was a little over a year ago. So as far as I know, you don't have to do that. You might want to just Google requirements entering Singapore for a U.S. citizen. But I don't think you need that. And depending on how long your stay over, if it's only a few hours, stay in the airport because Singapore's got the best airport in the world, and there's so much to do there, and you never have to leave the airport. So I don't think there'd be an issue for you. So I think you're good. Um, let's see. So Midwest Expat, hello Midwest Expat. Did you figure out the visa issues? All right, so the visa issues with my passport. So what I'm doing is I'm heading to Manila to renew my passport because it expires on October 1st. And the reason I'm going there is a couple of reasons. One, I just feel more comfortable. Hey, Emily, could I get another Americano? Thank you. Come on. Sorry. I need another hot Americano. Anyway, so I'm going there because I feel more comfortable. I'm, living there for 3 years. I'm familiar with, where the embassy is, how to get there, and I just feel more comfortable mailing my passport in there. because I know, where to go to get to mail it in, and I can save my my forms, my sheets that I fill out to send in to renew my passport. I save copies of that, and when I go to extend at the BI office in SMR in BGC, I just show them that, and they'll extend my visa every time. So I won't need my passport. So I just feel more comfortable going to Manila, going to the Philippines to do that. So um, that's kind of why I'm doing it there. I might have been able to do it here, but I've never extended visas here or in Bangkok. So I'm not sure if the process would be the same as far as not having my physical passport to go to extend. I just don't feel comfortable. So that's why I'm going back to Manila to do that. Gary, thanks. I'll have a carry-on bag, no baggage. Yeah, that's perfect. That's how I do it. I don't bring any carry-on with me. That's the best way to do it. Or I don't bring any check-in, just my backpack. So I think you'll be fine. But like I said, again, Google, check it out, make sure that way you don't run into any surprises when you go there or when you go in there. Um, okay, let's go on to the next question on my emails. Okay, Maria says, um, hope you're doing well and enjoying your new environment. Is there anything that you miss about BGC? Do you like Bangkok better? Hope to meet up someday. Thanks, Maria. Okay, well, yes, there are things I miss about BGC. First of all, the convenience, because it's so walkable. You don't need to get a grab. You don't need to hop on a train or whatever, or a tuk-tuk or a bike or a trike. You can walk everywhere, or at least I can. Um, I miss the Western amenities. So you've got the Western style restaurants. So I miss that kind of setting. Of course, I miss my friends there. Um, they've they've been cool and come out and visited me here in Da Nang, Vietnam, and also in Bangkok. I've had some of my friends from BGC come out and see me. But yeah, I do miss those things. Um, and I'll come back. I'll go back in just about 5 more days. I'll be back there, so I won't be missing it much anymore. So, but anyway, yeah, there's some things I miss about it. But um, do I like Bangkok better? Yeah, I do like Bangkok better. It's just there's more things to do in Bangkok. BGC is such a small little bubble, and it's just kind of an annoyance to get out of BGC and travel outside. It's not as convenient as, say, Bangkok is. So Bangkok's just a huge city, but it's easier to get around really than it is in Manila. Um, and there's more things to do. It's the city that never sleeps, although I'm usually in bed by 9 or 10. But yeah, it's the city that never sleeps. So I like Bangkok better. Not to say that BGC or the Philippines is bad. I love it all. Da Nang's awesome in its own little way. It's a it's a good sized city, about 1.5 million people, but it's um, it's got that small town community feel to it. Hang on, let me pay for my 65, 55. Yeah, there you go. Come on. The neat thing about Vietnam is no coins. All their currency is paper, which is cool. So you don't have to carry a lot of coins in your pocket like you would in Philippines or Thailand. When you get those in the Philippines, you get those. I don't know why they still do this. They give you your bill and it's like 35.55 peso. So they give you that change in centavos, which is pretty much worthless little coins that you'll never, ever, ever, ever use. So you just collect them, I guess. So, but here in Vietnam, just paper currency is pretty cool. Um, oh, here we go. Uh oh, it's on. Ken Beck says Black Friday, Iowa Hawkeyes versus Nebraska Cornhuskers is typically one of the best college football games of the year. Go Hawkeyes! Okay, go Big Red. Ken, you and I might have to put a wager on it this year because I believe it's in Nebraska this year. I can't be sure though, but yeah, I will not be back for that. I am coming back to the U.S. at some point, but unfortunately, probably not for that game. So, but Hawkeyes, yeah, they're always good. When is Kurt Ferentz going to finally retire? That guy's been there for like 100 years, right? Let's see, Gary, do you know of any flights from Da Nang to Siem Reap? Um, I do not. Here's what I'm going to put it in the chat. I use Momondo.com, and I use that to look for cheap flights. And I've never looked at flying into Cambodia or Laos, so you'll have to check that out yourself. But Momondo.com, they don't sponsor me, they don't pay me for any of this. It's just a site I've been using since 2015 when I first started traveling over to Southeast Asia, and they've never really done me wrong. And I've always been able to find pretty decent flights on there. You can go to, I think Google has a flight um, thing that you can check out. There's other websites you can use too, but I use this one. So, but anyway, okay, let's move on to the next email question that I had. And that would be from Terry. I think I'm pronouncing your name right. Terry. Terry's question says, hello, JJ. I'm thinking of traveling to the Philippines around springtime. So coming up, do you think we could meet so I could discover more with you and get good advice? Let me know. Absolutely. If I'm there, um, and I should be there if you're coming early spring, like March, April, May, I'll be in BGC. So definitely look me up. Just shoot me an email when you're going to be there. And I always love to meet subscribers. It's one of the neat things that I do with this channel is to be able to meet new people, make new friends, because I've made a lot of good friends that were subscribers to my channel first, and that they've moved out here and we've met and we've become pretty good friends. So yeah, absolutely. By all means, um, go for it. Look me up when you get there. Ken says, I watched one of your friend's videos in the Phrom Phong area, and I'm considering that area, but same concern you mentioned earlier. It's too easy to get out and spend money. Yeah, exactly. Yes, that can be one of those things where you don't want to be those expats that spend every day and every night at a bar. You don't want to be those guys, so you have to be careful. But it is very convenient. Phrom Phong's a neat area. You're probably talking about um, Joe from what's his channel now? I can't remember his channel name. Um, Expat something. Anyway, Joe is his name. Yeah, and he spends a lot. He lives in the Phrom Phong area, so he spends a lot. Um, so Gary says yes, Momondo is pretty good. Yeah, I think it is. And there's probably others that are as good, maybe even better. I don't know, but I just started using that one a long time ago, like 10 years ago, and I got comfortable with it, so I'm going to continue to use it. Ken says Kirk Ferentz has maybe 1 or 2 years left. 3rd and 10, pull back up the middle, right? Yeah, but you know what? He wins because they have great defenses and they capitalize on special teams, and their defense capitalize on turnovers. So that puts them in position to win games, even though their offense isn't great. I mean, how many games has Nebraska lost to Iowa by 3 points late in the game because of the Kirk Ferentz defense? So it's just one of those things. Ken and I are talking football, and everybody else is going, I don't even know where Nebraska and Iowa is. What do you think about Makati versus BGC? Okay, so Gary, BGC, like I said, it's a little bubble, and it's super easy to get around. You can walk everywhere. Um, it's got all the Western amenities. It's got it's got nice restaurants. It's got nice bars. It's got some decent clubs if you're a clubber. Makati's a little more raw, a little more like real Philippines. They do have great areas there, like the business district or Rockwell, but they do have that raw and unfiltered areas like P. Burgos, and that's kind of the red light district, whereas BGC doesn't have any of that element. So if you're looking for anything like that, if you're looking for um, real raw kind of Philippine style living, Makati is probably a little better. You can get a good mixture of both. If you just want that safe little bubble where you know you're not going to have any problems, then BGC is probably your best bet. Both of them can get a little expensive there. I will tell you that. So just be aware. They both can get a little bit expensive if you're not careful. All right. Let's see. Okay, so let's go to the next question. Um, and let's see. I will give and take here. Okay, so this is from Tom. Tom says, "Hello, Jeff. This is Tom from the Philippines, San Juan, La Union. 26 plus months here now. Just wondering what your initial opinion on the general quality of life, comparatively speaking, Thailand versus the Philippines." Okay, so it's Thailand's got as far as quality, their infrastructure is decades ahead of the Philippines infrastructure. And let's just talk specific Bangkok to Manila. So, with the train systems, the BTS and the MRT, um, the other options to travel by bus, by train, that um, Bangkok outperforms Metro Manila by a landslide. The quality of build, like condos, is better in Bangkok than it is in Manila. Even in BGC and Makati, it's still better. You can get cheaper rentals in Bangkok for the most part than you can in uh, Manila. Now, I've heard that there's a real estate, like a market collapse happening or about to happen in the Philippines, but from what I'm looking at and what I'm reading, in my opinion, it affects condo sales more than it affects condo rentals. I don't think it's going to affect condo rentals that much. So you're not going to see rental prices going down as much in the Philippines and Metro Manila, BGC, Makati, as you will see uh, sales prices going down on empty condos. There's still a good market for rentals, and I still think because the fact that they're so far behind on condo sales in the Philippines, these units that are already sold and are being rented out are still in high demand, fairly high demand. So I don't think you're going to see a lot of price dropping for rentals. I could be completely wrong. I don't know, but I haven't really seen it. Now, it's always best to have boots on the ground and go and negotiate in person. You might get a better deal than if you're trying to negotiate um, over an email or something like that. So, um, food is better in Bangkok, in Thailand, than it is in the Philippines. Now, if you like those Western franchise, I'm not talking about fast food. I'm talking about where you go to BGC or Makati and you can go to Texas Roadhouse or Olive Garden or Denny's or Chili's, uh, Italianos. you name it, they're all there in BGC and Makati and Metro Manila. You don't get those franchises in Bangkok like that. Now you'll get these local restaurants that will do the Western food and is pretty good. But if you like those franchise restaurants, they have them in Metro Manila, but they don't have them in Bangkok. And unless you do the KFC or the Burger King or the McDonald's, you got that, of course. Um, so the food is better. The street food is a million times better in Bangkok than it is in Metro Manila. In fact, I personally, I would not eat street food in the Philippines. I just don't trust it. I've never had a problem in Bangkok or in Thailand with street food. Um, and of course, Thai food is so good. But you can get other Asian food in the Philippines as well. So I would give the check mark to Thailand for that. Dating, on the other hand, you got to go with the Philippines. It's easier to date, especially if you're looking at a larger age gap. It's easier for an older expat to date a young Filipina than it is to date a Thai girl, a young Thai girl, or especially a young Vietnamese girl. It's pretty much impossible for an old man to date a young Vietnamese woman unless it's a pay for play. So, and that doesn't happen a lot, especially in Da Nang. Ho Chi Minh City, different story. So there's good and bad for each, but really it's just kind of what you're looking for as far as what you like. Let's see. All right, Ken says, have you done any trips to Hua Hin, Pattaya, and how would you compare to Bangkok in your opinion? Okay, so it's completely different than Bangkok because they're beach cities. If you're not familiar, Pattaya is kind of known for adult entertainment. They've got a huge walking street, which is one of the bigger ones that I've seen, maybe other than in Ho Chi Minh City, just one. Um, Hua Hin is more of a laid back, older, kind of a retirement community, smaller. They both have beautiful beaches. The main difference with the beaches is in Pattaya, you'll run into a lot of um, the freelance ladies along the beach. The sun sets over the ocean in Pattaya. The sun rises over the ocean in Hua Hin because they're on either side of the bay, the Thailand Bay. Um, but if you like laid back, a more quieter um, community, Hua Hin's probably a better choice for you than Pattaya. Um, Bangkok's got everything except for the beaches. Obviously, it's not a beach city, so you don't have the beaches, but you got everything else. Now, in Hua Hin, you can find that adult entertainment. There are sections there, like if you go to Wonderland, there's all these little bars where you can, if you want to bar find a girl, you can do that there. They've got that. They've got other little pockets of bars that you can go to. So they have that element, but it's not as prevalent. It's not as obvious as it is in Pattaya. So yes, I've been to both, and they're both interesting. My preference is more Hua Hin. It's a little more quieter for me. It's just a little too chaotic in Pattaya. And to be honest with you, there's a lot of Russians there. A lot of Russians. So there are a lot of Russians here in Da Nang too. Russians and Australians here in Da Nang. Um, I always joke with. I got a couple of buddies down at Chevy's down the road here. Um, they're Australian, and I always joke with them. It's like, did the last Australian turn off the lights when they left the country because they're all here? Maybe in Russia too. I don't know. All right, Gary. Gary says, "How's your T-Mobile service holding up in Vietnam?" I don't have it, but I've heard of Halo Fly and Areola eSIMs as an alternative to getting a local SIM. Okay, so my data works great. I've got an eSIM for Thailand. I've got an eSIM, or not an eSIM. I've got a SIM card. I've got a second phone. This is my T-Mobile phone, and my data works fine. I use it, um, but I have a SIM card. I've got a second phone that's got two SIM card slots, I've got a SIM card for Thailand. I've got a SIM card for the Philippines. So I use that just so I have local phone numbers, so I can get services there, like when I have my rentals and things like that. But the data works great. And the neat thing about Thailand and Vietnam uh, over the Philippines is almost every restaurant, bar, even little street side little cafes or whatever, they all have free Wi-Fi, and it's all pretty good, especially in Thailand. The Wi-Fi in Thailand is excellent, and it's all free. So you really rarely use your data on your phone, or you rarely need to use your SIM cards. Um, but I've never done the eSIM thing. I've heard good things about it, but with my T-Mobile, it's $55 a month I pay, and I get unlimited data. So I get unlimited texting, I get unlimited data, I get unlimited um, whatever. My phone, if I call local, they charge me 25 cents a minute on my local calls here, but I never call anybody. And if I need to call somebody, I'll use my other phone so I can call locally in Thailand or the Philippines. But I've never had to use it because you get WhatsApp, you get these apps. You get WhatsApp, you get Line, Zalo, and you can make free phone calls on them. So you really don't need to make a phone call on your normal service. So um, yeah, it's super convenient now. Uh, it's I'll keep that. That's the only expense I'll have after this year from the U.S. is my phone, and I just need that. I need that local number. And I know I've heard that you can get a Google number and things like that, but um, I'm comfortable with this. $55 a month is nothing, so I'll just keep using that. So let's see. Back to the emails. Let's see. David sent an email to me. Um, let me see. Oh, okay. So David sent me an email. He goes, I just used the service you recommended called Asia Check for a background check on a girl I met over Christian Filipina. Um, we have had a LDR for 3 months, and I'm going to meet her in Manila, BGC, in 6 weeks. Asia Check has been very helpful. There has been a lot of twists and turns in our relationship, and the upcoming meeting will be either a very successful one and I will be elated, or else I will be very disappointed with a no-show and end up on a YouTube vlog on how I got scammed in the Philippines. I'll let you know. Appreciate your channel, David. Okay. Well, David, I'm glad you used it. I'm glad it worked out for you. So I did a video a few months ago um, for a company called Asia Check, and they have a service for expats or Filipino. If you want to check on your prospective loved one, boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, just to see if they're on the up and up. And uh, he told me some stories about. I think his name is Mark. I can't remember now, but he told me some stories. They were doing checks on this Filipina and found out she had several different Facebook sites, and she was. I got my quartz going back there. Hope he's okay. Anyway, found out she had a lot of different Facebook sites and a lot of different person profiles on different dating sites. So she was kind of a scammer. So, um, but they helped. He found out one guy was talking to this girl, had an LDR with this girl, and found out she was a lady boy, and through this Asia check um, background check thing. They do everything above board. They don't do anything that's not public information. So you might check Asia check out. It was good for David, so he had a good experience with that. All right, where are we at on time? About 41 minutes. Okay, we got plenty of time. Let's go to the next one. Um, James James writes, JJ, are you still in Da Nang or Bangkok? Um, and I, I'm in Da Nang right now. I've been here since I got back on February 11th on my multi-entry 90-day visa. So that expires on March 7th, but I'm leaving here on the 4th. Um, and he also writes, um, I think I was on a different. Anyway, so he asked me. He said there's rumors that I'm getting married in the Philippines to my ex-girlfriend Jen. No, I'm not getting married. I don't know where he where he saw that, or where he heard that, or if he's just throwing that out there. I don't know. But James, no, I'm not getting married. Um, I'm not going to do. I'll never, never say never. But I've been married twice in the U.S. and it would take something very, very special for me to commit to marriage again at my age. I just don't know if that's ever going to happen. But at this time in my life, no, I'm not getting married. So you can put that to bed, put that to rest. Um, yeah, because he said, in Dumageddon, much talk about JJ the Lonely Bull in Asia going to tie the knot. Congratulations. First of all, why would anybody in Dumageddon be talking about me? Um, you know, I don't. I've been to Dumageddon on a few occasions. I've done videos about Dumageddon. I've talked about Dumageddon a couple of times, but I don't know why anybody in Dumageddon would be talking about me. So, um, Ken says pre-divorce ceremony. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Maybe I'll party. I'll do a pre-divorce party. Maybe that'll be the way to go. All right, here's that motorcycle. Actually, I think he's going to leave right away. That is loud. Interesting that you don't see big bikes like that in Asia very often. Um, that one looked like custom made because it didn't really have any logos or anything on it. It looked like it had been custom made. It's a nice looking bike. Um, all my cousins are huge bike riders. They're all Harley owners, so they're all big bikers. So they love doing the bike thing. All right, um, Nick wrote in, and let's see. He says, I just watched your YouTube video, really interesting stuff. He's planning on, um, he says he's from New Zealand, and with this tourist season wrapping up in a couple of months, um, rather than sitting around waiting for winter to pass, he's thinking about going on a world tour. Since I plan to start my trip with about 30 days in the Philippines, I've been considering the best way to experience it without feeling like a total tourist. So his question is rentals in BGC and dating in BGC. He goes, do you have any recommendations on how I should proceed? Well, okay, so Nick, rentals in BGC. So like I said, you can either look at, if you're staying short term, I would look at Agoda or maybe Airbnb. You're going to pay a little extra, but if you're looking for just really short term, if you're looking at maybe over a month, you might be able to find something on RentPad. Long term would be like bgcrent.com, find it on there. But as far as dating, uh, You can try the dating sites. That's a hit and miss, and you can. I'll give you a few tips. If you're on a dating site and you bring up a profile of a girl and there's nothing in their profile, no paragraph of what they're looking for, anything like that, chances are they're pay for play. They're freelancer. If you're if you go on their site and they only post their WhatsApp number or their Instagram ID, chances are they're either looking for followers on Instagram or they're freelancer. Um, let's see, what else? If they've been on that site for more than, I would say, a month and they don't have their photos verified, chances are they're a scammer. They're probably not real. Those pictures probably aren't hers, and I would stay far, far away from those. So those are just three real quick tips on what to look for when you're looking for, and if they like you and you like them back and you get a match, ask them right up front what they're looking for. If they don't say it on their profile, ask them what they're looking for um, because they should tell you right away what they're looking for. Um, so, and if they're a freelancer, they should tell you right off the bat what they're looking for. Kiki and Jasmine, do you work online? You don't have to answer that if you don't want to. No, I'm on a pension. I'm retired, so I get a steady income from retirement, and my YouTube channel is just a little extra. Um, the money I make off my YouTube channel, AdSense and that goes right back into my channel. It allows me to upgrade my equipment. It allows me to travel and being able to share my experiences with you. I've never asked for money on my channel. Um, I don't even know if there's a buy me a coffee thing or a super chat on my live streams. I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know. I don't even know if you have to set that up or not because I've never done that. Um, I have a consultant or an advisor through Google. I just recently got that, and she's been helping me. She's out of Thailand. She's been consulting with me about my channel and how to grow it. And we just recently did one of those shopping tags. So I guess I'm letting YouTube do it. So you may see tags on some of my videos that'll pop up. I'm not sure how that works, but you may see some tag lines come up um, in my videos. So if it's a product you like, go ahead and tag it or click on it or however you do it. I don't even know. But I guess if you purchase it, I get a little commission. So like I said, everything I make on YouTube will go back into my channel. I don't use any of my outside money, my retirement money, to fund this channel. It's all funded through my YouTube. And the things I pay on a monthly basis is StreamYard, which is what I'm doing, the platform I'm using now to do my live stream. I use Canva Pro, which is how I create my thumbnails and my intro and outro to my videos. I also use CapCut Pro, which is where I do my editing. So those three things are my main things. Oh, and I recently signed up for, I think it's Pixabay. Let's see. Um, I think it's called Pixabay, um, which I signed up for that. Yeah, Pixabay, Pixabay. I signed up for that. I paid it's like $20 a month for that, and so I can get some B-roll videos or photos that are copyrighted. I can get that and use it for free on my videos. It's not free because I'm paying $20 a month for it. So my costs $20 a month for that, 45 a month for StreamYard, $10 a month for CapCut, and $15 a month for Canva. So 45, $90 a month. um, for my expenses, not including my travel expenses. So I'm more than break even. I make more than that a month right now, so I'm okay. If I ever started making less than that, I'd start canceling some of those um, things that I use. So, but I don't know how long I'll keep StreamYard. It's kind of expensive now. They really raised their prices, so I'm not really thrilled about that. So we'll see. Um, let's see. Let's go back to the questions and answers here. Let's see. Mark emailed me, and he goes, I arrived in Da Nang last night. I'll head to Chiang Mai on the 19th. This was last month. Don't know yet when I'll get back to Bangkok. I'll let you know. Maybe we can meet up. But he wanted to know the name of the coffee shop that that I frequented. And the one, well, this one here is Echo Green, and it's a half a block from my apartment. So I come here a lot. It's a little more pricey. You get a you get a breakfast and a coffee for like $7 US. So it's not bad. But there's a place called Blue Coffee, which is down on um, Lake Kwang Do, Lake Kwang Do Street. So if you go this way about 2 blocks and take a right, um, you'll hit. That's Lake Kwang Do, and you go about 4 blocks down on the left side of the street, and there's a coffee shop called Lou Coffee. And I did a video there. Um, it was either it was a short actually during Christmas time back in December. And they had a Christmas tree up, and they were playing um, the more religious Christmas music that you don't hear necessarily in the Philippines or in Thailand. So I thought that was really cool, and I commented that it really felt, and it was chilly that day. It had been rainy, and so it felt like a November day. So it really felt like Christmas in the Midwest feel to it. So it was kind of cool. So I like that coffee shop too, and it's fairly inexpensive, but they don't have real breakfast there. You can get rolls or croissants or danishes there, or pastries, but you can't get a full breakfast like you can here. Um, and then speaking of breakfast, right down the road, there's a place called it's a bar called Filling Station, not to be confused with the filling station in P. Burgos in Makati, which is kind of Americano style with all the um, cool Americano 1950s and 60s things. Here it's just a regular bar called Filling Station, but right next door is called Deli Station, and they've got really good food there. So I go there for breakfast about a couple of times a week. So here I'm here a couple of times a week. I'm there a couple of times a week. I kind of split between the two, but they're super friendly staff there, just like here, and it's a little cheaper too, and you can get some really good Vietnamese food there. So that's what I like about it. So Gary wrote, so you use your T-Mobile. Is it an international plan or an over 55 plan? And do you use it to get two-factor authentication codes when checking on your U.S. bank? Yeah, I use that for the authentic, authentication, authentication. It's early in the morning here. Anyway, yes, I use it for that. It's international plan. I pay $55 a month on that. Now, I've not heard about the over 55 plan, so I should probably look into that, see if I can get it cheaper. But this is $55 a month, and it's unlimited data and texting, so I don't have to worry about that. Um, so yeah, I use that, and it's worked great. I've never had a problem with it. So okay, moving on up to the next question, email question. Let's see. Um, okay, here we go. So Ray writes in, JJ, I've been following your channel for a couple of months now. I'm curious if you found your move to Thailand from BTC to be a mistake, I was just watching your finding a condo in BKK for under 400 a month video. Do you have a website you can recommend for finding units in BKK, or did you just look up realty company? So yeah, like I said, in Thailand, I use DD Property. I use Fazwaz, Fazwaz, and I use Dot Property, DOT Property. I use those three main ones for Thailand. You can go to Facebook Marketplace too. Now, as far as moving to Thailand from BGC, is it a mistake? No, it's not a mistake. Um, I love BGC, but I love Bangkok and I love Thailand, and there's more things to do in Thailand, and it's easier to get to those things. So I'm not regretting it. In fact, I've been speaking with Siam Legal. Um, they are a company based out of Thailand that specializes in visas. So I'm actually looking at doing a retirement visa. So once I get my passport renewed, I'll go back to Bangkok and I'll probably meet up with them or a company that's similar to that and look into getting a retirement visa there. At least right now. Um, I get kind of once in a while I'll change my mind. So in fact, quite often I'll change my mind. So that may happen down the road. Who knows? Anyway, but that's where I'm at right now. Um, I'm going to um, go back to Bangkok once I get my passport. Uh, I've got that 3 month lease in BGC in Manila, so I can stay there up to 3 months. I can stay there longer if I want, I guess. But 3 months should be plenty of time to get my passport. So I'm, I'll either stay the full 3 months and then go back to Bangkok, or I'll leave early, um, get out of there early, and, and head back to Bangkok. And then at some point, I'll come back here to Da Nang. But my original intention was to split time between uh, Da Nang and Bangkok, and just use the 90-day multi-entry visa here, stay 90 days here, go back to Bangkok, you get 60 days, and then you extend another 30 to do 90 days, and then just bounce back and forth, not having to do a retirement plan, a retirement visa anywhere. You can't do a retirement visa here in Vietnam. They don't offer it. So you just do the 90 days. So basically, I'm spending 180 days in each country, and then, you know, on those different types, a couple of times a year, I bounce over to the Philippines for a month, or bounce to Malaysia or wherever. Um, I got to go home too eventually. So that was my original plan. But to be honest with you, Da Nang is really cool. I love the beach. I love the atmosphere, but it's a little too boring for me. So I'm rethinking my plan as far as staying here half of the year. So my lease is up this month, so I'm going to let the lease expire, and I'm going to move out. And if I want to come back to Da Nang, it's so cheap. The hotels are so cheap here, so I'll just get a hotel for however long I want to stay here. So my rethinking is now either get a retirement visa and just stay in Bangkok, or flip back and forth from the Philippines to Bangkok. If I can find a place in BGC or Makati that I can rent that's halfway cheap, then I'll do that. Um, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's kind of my new plan of attack, is to do that. Um, to be determined, I guess. But right now, I got up to 3 months that I'll be staying in BGC when I get there on the 5th. Um, let's see. So let's do, okay, I got one back here. This guy emailed me back in November. And of course, I answer all these emails, but I'm thinking maybe some of these questions are something that you might want to know about too. So I'm always happy to read them and answer. Um, okay, so he goes, "Hey JJ, thanks so much for your videos of the Philippines. They have been a big help, and I've learned a lot." This is from Philip. Um, And he goes on to say, do you do Skype or phone calls to people by any chance? I'll gladly pay you for your time. Subject is, I saw where you had written a comment about Filipinos on someone else's YouTube video regarding something I had been wondering about for quite a while. I live in New Zealand at the moment and am planning on spending 3 to 6 months in Aichi Park, Cebu next year. Hope you're enjoying Thailand. Um, okay, so Philip, yeah, I do consultations. I don't promote it. Um, but I do, and I do it usually over the phone, or we can use Skype or WhatsApp or whatever platform you want to use. But yeah, I do consultations. You can email me, and I can put that email up if you'd like. Um, that's my email, JJ the Lonely Bull in Asia. So you can email me if you want to set up a consultation. I've done a handful of them, but like I said, I don't really promote it. Um, I'm not into that sort of thing. But it's $50 an hour is what I charge, which I think is pretty reasonable. A lot of YouTubers I know that do consultations that really promote it charge a lot more than that. So I charge 50 an hour, and you can send it through Zelle, or we can set up a payment. But yeah, if you're interested, just email me. My email's down below, and be more than happy to answer any questions that you might have. Help you out if you're planning on moving here, or retiring here. I'm always happy to help. So I got one more question here. Let me get a drink of water or a drink of coffee here real quick. And then if you've got any more questions in chat, feel free to put that in there. But this is from Maria. Yes, she goes, JJ, have you found that skinny little Asian you've been searching for? Well, first of all, I haven't been searching for anyone, skinny or not skinny. I'm not really into the skinny little Asians. I like little Asian women. I think they're beautiful, but if they're too skinny and they look malnourished, maybe I don't know. That might be something I wouldn't be interested in. But anyway, to answer your question, Maria, no, I'm not looking. I'm single. I'm enjoying um, my experiences here in these 3 countries I've been traveling to: Philippines, Vietnam, and Thailand. I'm enjoying working on my YouTube channel and getting content out and doing videos, enjoying the editing process. I love it all. And so right now I'm not looking. I'm not looking for anybody. I'm not looking for any skinny or otherwise little Asian lady to date or to be a girlfriend with. So hope that answers your question. So not looking to find a girlfriend, not getting married. So I don't know where those rumors are all coming from, but no, not this guy at this point. I'm bouncing around too much. I'm having too much fun checking out these all these 3 countries. So how can I have a steady girlfriend if I'm bouncing around from island to island, from country to country? It's just not in the cards. Maybe if I settle down in one place, maybe I'll look into that. But right now, no. Let's see. Gary says, thanks for the great advice, JJ. It helps us newbies out a lot. Well, you're welcome. I try, I may not be the expert that everybody might be looking at, but, I try to just share my experiences with everybody that's willing to watch. Kiki and Jasmine says, have you checked out Nha Trang yet? I have not, but I've heard it's really nice. So I'm only here until Tuesday, so I don't know if I'll have time to check it out this time around. Might be next time. I have checked out Hoi An, which is just about a 30-minute ride from here. They've got a great beach. They've got a great little river district with beautiful French architecture buildings and really nice restaurants and that sort of thing there. So that's a really cool area. I've been there before. They have a little, like a lantern festival they do on the river with the canoes at night. They do that every once in a while. I don't know how often, but it's on a regular basis. So if you get out to Da Nang, check that out too. Of course, there's so many things to see as a tourist in Da Nang. You can go to Bana Hills, you go to Monkey Mountain. Marble Mountain has the huge cave that you can go in, and it's got a temple set inside the cave. It's really neat. Of course, Dragon Bridge got the shows on Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights. I'm going to post a video here in the next couple of days of my go-to places to eat here in Da Nang, and I've got several of them, both Vietnam food and Western style food, and I'll do that, and I'll post that here in a few days. And then I've also been to a content creators meetup here a couple of times, and I've met some really cool content creators that are YouTubers, and I've done interviews with them. So I will be posting those interviews. So it would be cool if you guys could subscribe to those channels too. Even if you have no intention to go to Vietnam, just watch their videos, and it might change your mind. And hopefully I'll change your mind about visiting Vietnam, just for a vacation, or even, for some place to possibly live down the road. But there's some great channels out there that focuses on Vietnam. So most of these YouTubers I'm interviewing have smaller channels than me. So I'm going to pay it forward, like Evan from the Savvy Expat and Gio in the Philippines did, and Mark Thornton did for me. They interviewed me on their channel, and it helped boost my subscribers. Now I want to pay it forward and interview these smaller channels so they can bounce up there. I did that with Earn Lucky Girl in Thailand. She had about 5,000 or 6,000 subscribers when I interviewed her. Now she's up. She just hit 20,000. She went way past me. Of course, it helps that she looks better in a bikini than I do. So those things help. If you're a female vlogger, you can work that angle if you want, and you'll get plenty of subscribers for that. Anyway, so what else is going on?
Any other questions? We've done
about an hour and 9 minutes, so it's been good. I hope I answer some of you guys' questions. If you've got questions yet, feel free to put them in the chat. I'd love to answer. The weather finally has improved here. I don't know if I mentioned it a little bit at the beginning of the vlog, but it's a beautiful day today. It's about 72 degrees and partly cloudy, a little bit of a breeze. I'll probably walk on the beach and get my 10,000 steps in after we get off here today. I've got another interview I'm doing tomorrow morning. Oh, by the way, today's my birthday. I probably should have mentioned that, but yeah, today is my birthday, so happy birthday to me. Yes, I've run into Will Travels. In fact, I interviewed him Thursday, and I'll be posting that video here in a couple of days. If you're looking at traveling in Southeast Asia on a super tight budget, Will Travels is the place to look for. If you're a guy that's got a decent pension, or if you're a digital nomad that's making pretty good money, and your budget is $2,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 US dollars a month, this channel is probably not. I mean, you can watch his channel, but this guy's like, if you're on a shoestring budget, and you see all the times, I can live for less than $1,000 a month. This guy's the guy. He lives, I think his budget's around $750 US dollars a month. So, and he's paying a little more for his apartment, because he's got a 2-bedroom apartment here in Da Nang, and I think he told me he's paying about $550 a month for that. So, and he says his total budget a month is, and that includes everything. That includes utilities and Wi-Fi. But he says his total budget is $750 a month. So he's got $200 a month for him and his Filipino girlfriend to live on. So they eat it. They find all the inexpensive places around here to eat. They eat all the local food. So they'll get a banh mi sandwich for 20,000. They'll splurge every once in a while, but they usually spend about $7 a day on food. So if you're looking to live on a shoestring budget, Will Travels is the channel to check out. Let's see. Visible. Name a car for edit any car. I don't know what you mean by that. Kiki and Jasmine, happy birthday. Oh, thank you, Kiki and Jasmine. Now, Kiki and Jasmine, do you guys have a YouTube channel? If you want to promote it, feel free. Or you just share a YouTube and don't post anything. But Kiki and Jasmine, let me know if you have a channel. I'll be happy to promote it. Visible, happy birthday. Name a car and I'll send you an edit. Name a car, I'll send you an edit. Name a car, I'll send you an edit. An edit. I'm not sure what you mean, but I'll just name my car. I got a Mazda 6 Sport I. There, that's my Mazda that I'm selling when I get back to the States later this year. Yeah, that's a pretty tight budget for two. Yeah, I was shocked. But then I watch his videos and watch where he eats and how much he spends. And it's like, oh yeah, okay. But you know, he probably went over his budget this last couple of weeks because they traveled around Vietnam a little bit. So he probably went over his budget. So he might have to cut back a little bit in the next couple of weeks. I don't know how. So he doesn't have an income. His sole income is his YouTube channel, and then he from what I understand, he lives off of savings. But I interviewed him, and I'll post that video here in the next few days. I need to edit. Kiki and Jasmine, not really a YouTube channel. I just watch other channels on YouTube. Okay, all right, cool. That sounds like a great name for a YouTube channel, though. Kiki and Jasmine, or a band maybe. Kiki and Jasmine duo. But so I interviewed him, and on Thursday, and then let me see here. I'll tell you who else I've got interviews with coming up. Let me bring up my channel here. My subscribers. I interviewed. I got to look at her channel name because I never get it right. My Abundant Aesthetic Life. She is. She told me she's Asian. Her husband's Vietnamese, but they're from Canada, and now they're living right now here in Da Nang. But she's got 2 kids, and she's got a fun channel. If you ever want to get all the details on how to make that move to Vietnam, that's her channel. She got a small channel. But I did an interview with her actually here yesterday, and as soon as I get Will's edited and posted, I'll work on hers. And then tomorrow, I've got another interview set up with a brand new channel. She just started, and she focuses on health and a healthy lifestyle and yoga. She's a yoga instructor. So, I did a video the other day about meeting Asian women and getting in shape and looking better to help your odds and improve your odds of meeting a beautiful Asian girl. So it's going to tie right into her channel. So I'm excited. I'm going to meet her right down on the beach. We're going to do a video tomorrow morning right there on the beach early in the morning. So I'll get that edited as quickly as I can and get that out too. So that'll be probably the next week and a half, along with my go-to places to eat here in Da Nang. So that'll fill up another week or 2 of videos, and then I'll be in BGC and I'll start posting videos from BGC again. So, so that's been that's kind of my agenda for the next couple of weeks. Um, Gary said, I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday. Well, thank you. Yeah, and I don't really, once you get my age, you don't really celebrate your birthdays anymore. You just let it kind of slide. But I thought I would bring that up today. Um, Gary, yeah, there is a Sammy Social, or I think it's Social Sammy YouTube channel. Yeah, I've heard of his channel. I've seen it a little bit, but I've yet to see him around here. So I might check that out too. Um, Most of the content creator group meetup that I've been at a couple of weeks now, they're smaller channels. I haven't seen any of the larger channels here, but I heard there's a couple. But yeah, Social Sammy, I think is the name of his channel. So I might try to check him out too. I'm all caught up on chat, I believe, and I'm not sure what Visible was talking about a car, but he's going to do a car for an edit for me. I don't know what that means, but we'll see, I guess. But we're going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes or so. And unless you have any other questions, this was fun. And now that the weather's nice, of course, I'm leaving. Be in Bangkok, or be in Manila, in Metro Manila, on Wednesday, and I'll do a live stream from there. I'll start doing live streams more often, and so we want to kind of build my community with that too. So, but it's been fun with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, just shoot me an email below. If you're going to be in the area here in Da Nang, if you're already here, you're going to be here before Tuesday afternoon, I'd love to meet you. Just send me an email and we'll set things up. If you're going to be in the BGC Metro Manila area or anywhere in the Philippines and you want to meet up, I'll probably do a meetup actually. I'm glad I thought about this. I'm probably going to do a meetup in BGC for when I get there, probably within a week or two. I'll set up some sort of a subscriber meetup. So if you're in the Philippine area, I'll schedule that out far enough so you have, if you want to come meet me or if you want to come hang out with other subscribers and meet other subscribers, feel free, and I'll probably set that up sometime after I get there. Set it out a week or two in advance so you guys get plenty of notifications. So if you want to head in that area, if you're in the Philippines area, you want to head to the Metro Manila, you'll know in advance. So Gary says thanks for the time, JJ. Yeah, absolutely, it's been fun. I enjoyed it, and I think we're good now. And I'm going to take my 10,000 steps now. Finish my coffee. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'll probably get. They've got really good breakfast here, really healthy. Eggs Benedict. They've got a couple of other things where they give you a lot of avocado. Really good stuff. But yeah, I'll probably get breakfast here and then I'll take my walk. But it's been fun, you guys. I appreciate you coming on. And as always, live life. And we will, of course, talk to you again soon. Take care. Hang on a second.